with the pandemic. On Monday, the president did address the nation, and of course, he promised a campaign to ensure long-distance learning, and as part of this, they would embark on distributing radios. Now, our reporter, Stephen Mbide, spoke to the State Minister for ICT, Peter Ogwang, about these measures. Take a look.
Thank you for watching Morning at NTV. Stephen Mbide here at the office of the Minister of State for National Guidance and Information, Honorable Peter Ogwang. He's also the MP for Usuku County. I'm going to be speaking to him about this plan of distributing radio sets and television sets to the country, because we know that is by the directive of the President. Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to thank the morning show for giving me the opportunity to be hosted on NTV Live. It's long, and I was last on NTV. Secondly, it is true, government has a plan to distribute TVs and radios to citizens of this country. First of all, on radios, we plan to distribute about 9 million radios to the country, and that means that each household will have a radio set. On television, we plan to distribute about 138,000 television sets, which means that almost 138,000. That means that we have 2 television sets per village. As you're all aware, of course, the purpose and the plan of this television and radios were entirely to help our kids in terms of learning. That was the purpose of the reason why government was procuring those television and radio sets. Secondly, there's also a subcommittee of cabinet which is fast-tracking and handling this matter, and as a Minister of Information, we are members of that cabinet subcommittee. So further details will be given out as per our order of communication, will be given out by His Excellency the President on how and when this will be made a reality and to all the people of this country.
Can update the nation from the time of 1st June when the President was addressing the nation and made this pronouncement. Maybe by now you should have maybe had some meetings and seen how this program will be rolled out.
We have held meetings, that's true, but like we also have a strategy in the government. The President is the Chief Executive. So some of these fundamental national programs, it is him who communicates with the country, and that's part of our communication strategy. And if you've been observing in all the COVID during this pandemic, the first line communication is done by His Excellency the President. Our role as ministers is to cascade, to simplify and amplify that message to the citizenry. So for us as ministers, and particularly the Minister of Information, ours, we have agreed on the strategy. So I want to beg the population to wait, and I'm aware His Excellency the President will be addressing the nation. So I don't want, to a big extent, to preempt part of his address to the people, but what I want to confirm is there will be a formal communication from His Excellency the President on behalf of the government he heads.
Honorable, my guess is that you've also had this concern from the public that government has been slow in distributing, or has been having a delayed distribution of masks across the border districts and also within the country. And also the issue of trying to give out food to those vulnerable people. It was within Wakiso and Kampala. People were complaining that this was moving at a slow pace. How are you sure that when you roll out this distribution of TVs and radios, it will be fast-tracked?
First of all, I would like to confirm to the country that we have LOC, local council leaders. We have a tune of about 68,000 villages in the country. So for that purpose, government under UBOS, under Minister of Local Government, under Minister of Finance, and has all the data on number of villages in the entire country. So for that matter, how is the distribution of these sets going to be carried out? I want to confirm these sets will be taken over to the districts. Local governments, from the district, local government, those districts will come up with plans on how those sets will be rolled to the sub-counties. From sub-counties, they will go to the lowest unit, which is a village or a cell for purposes of these urban areas. On the issue of distribution of masks, I want also to inform you that the distribution of masks was part and parcel of our strategy, which we agreed. The people who will be in charge of distributing masks are village health teams who will work hand in hand with the local council chairperson, the person of a village. So for purposes of masks, we agreed as a strategy that the high-risk districts, Those are the border districts. You remember, the country has been on lockdown, and those 40 districts have been on lockdown. So all of us had already identified the border districts as high-risk areas. For that matter, we agreed that the first distribution of masks should go to those border. If we want our life to come back to normal, if we want the so-called elections to be brought back to normal, it's important they listen to our advice. Very, very critical. Because if we tell you wear your mask, you can do your business. If we tell you social distance, you can do your business. But the challenge with elections, which again is a bit difficult, is whenever you bring people into big areas, in one area, people will be gathered. So what does the law say? Because this is what I want to remind the people. When you're talking about other countries postponing elections, look at their constitutions. Our constitution of the Republic of Uganda has this fixed. By 12th of May next year, a new government must have been formed. That constitution still tells you at what stage you declare state of emergency. At the moment, Uganda is not at the level of being declared a state of emergency. So at the moment, we must appreciate that whatever is available within our means is to come up with a way, and that's why Electoral Commission has found it prudent. They must have consulted the professionals, and they said, please, this campaign can go on, and we have candidates go, we have the population being sensitized, like now come to voting. If people are advised on social distancing and wearing of masks, if you want to go for a polling station, you must wear what? A mask. Maybe government or EC will even come up with one provision. Before you enter into a polling station, you must wash your hands. By the time you come out of that polling station, you must wash your hands. These are some of the things which I feel.
Okay.
So for me, there's no need of us saying we need to postpone this election. There's no need of us saying we need to declare state of emergency. It doesn't warrant at all. So we only want to call upon our friends. This is June. We have less than a year or 10 months to a new government. And I want to call upon all political actors, all political parties, prepare your people to see how to carry out the election. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Peter Ogwang. He is the MP for Usuku County and also the Minister of State for ICT and National Guidance. This is Morning at NTV, and I am Stephen Mbide here on the ground. Back to you in the